Right, let's hit start so we just get rolling with stuff. Even before we really need to hit start. .cam should be on brightening mode already. Okay, good. So I think we can just hop on. Problem is I've reduced my practice time to 5 minutes. Yay! We can, however, just, circumnavigate half the problem by... why did you not update in the fucking hours that I was AFK a couple of programs? You fucking dipshit of a software Steam. It's like, I'm pretty sure it has at this point stopped updating automatically for me, Steam. It has only... It only updates now when I specifically tell it to update. I'm sure it still does it occasionally, but I haven't caught it yet doing it. Just download the TF2 update. Yes, the fucking TF2 update. Okay, I shouldn't swear this early on in the stream, but like, yes, there is immediately a TF2 update. How large? 212 megabytes. Yes, we're downloading a Team Fortress 2 update. It is 2023, everyone. Technically, I could have also launched the game because I think I've said it that it can download while I'm playing. Technically, I think, although I might have disabled that for ACC. Whoa, it broke my overlays. Thank you, ACC. Politely for utterly nuking my overlays again. Hello, bring my overlays back. They weren't here. Oh. Why do you need to do this to me? I actually took care of getting them in position beforehand, and then you nuke it all. You utter... That's a fun one. Donington Park. Okay, select this one. Need a different car. So at least load into a session while we're at it. Oh yeah, I need to change my session type. Because I was testing out stuff. Because I noticed last week that there was a problem relating to my... So has it also broken my model? Is a good question. No, my model works. So what we're gonna try so I don't have to like relaunch, readjust all the windows again to be in the correct position because OVR Toolkit has to be garbage at times. We're just gonna close the OVR Toolkit and open it again. You know, like a sensible person. Didn't we just kill you? Okay, yeah, now it killed. Okay. One of the windows is back. It has caused a reset briefly, but that's not the worst part. I don't have my chat up yet. Let's hope. I think it is F7, I think. You wrote something in chat while I'm trying to fix my stuff. Hello there. I now have a chat window again. Hello, how are you? I have a question for you. Have you watched the anime Bocce? Which Bocce anime, actually? Because there are two that I've watched. There is obviously Bocce the Rock, the big deal. I've watched it twice in December. Yes, I watched twice for it. I watched it once on my own, and then, like, a friend of mine was like, I've watched it. I'm like, no, we sit down and watch this now, right now. It did take 2 sessions because he fell asleep twice. Because tired, sleepy boy. Yeah, I'm very familiar with Bocce the Rock. I've tried doing a challenge run on Cyberpunk 2077. I literally bought the game for this purpose. Of trying to play it as Bocce because of the Edge Runners because of a specific edge runners Bocce the Rock meme. Because people have put Bocce the Rock's due to the episode where Bocce the Rock glitches out. Have put her effectively into the Cyberpunk OP. That's I wanted to do that, but like it's just that run is stuck on my hard drive since February effectively. I need to honestly, before the next update hits for Cyberpunk, I need to probably just get it over with, finish the run, and just make a video out of it. Just throw it out. Because the next update, from what I've seen from Cyberpunk, will change quite a bit of the mechanics in the game. So it's probably best to just have it done, and then perhaps retry to run in a different date again. I'm not happy with how it is. It is jank. It is kind of like boring. Because yeah, I as I said, I've played for it. For this challenge run. I have not played through it normally. I probably should do a normal playthrough as well. Because I spent a lot of time basically breaking the game. Because if you're a socially awkward person, you don't want to engage the enemy. So like, I don't even touch them. I literally just sneak by. Like, I have used so much of the, what is it called? The quick hack that disables vision on the enemies. I've used that. I've downright abused that feature because it was. You just need to use it constantly to avoid detection and sneak by people. It is downright insane how much I use that for. You can stealth for quite a bit using this. The problem is I wanted to go for the secret ending. You can totally get to it, but the problem is due to the level requirement the secret ending has. Which makes it that you... If you don't show up as a level 50, you will just get stomped. And because I can't like talk to vendors to buy stuff, because that would be against the spirit of the run, I will just get stomped as soon as I enter... Since the end of the room is like, I can't kill stuff, and once the first bullet hits me, I'm dead. So that's not great. I found a mod to like do damage scaling, which would allow me to actually do this. So I can just scale down their damage, scale up my damage, and this should do the trick. There's also for runs like that, you need to be very familiar with a game, and it's like, when you watch a lot of these like challenge runs and stuff, it becomes very quickly clear when you try doing it one of yourself, is like how much effort is in these, of just the deep knowledge these people have about these games, and the also just the time effort and the time sink that is in these to just produce one of them. I mean, it's not just beating the game briefly, you have to like throw yourself against a wall, literally. Right, okay. And also another problem is like, even if you would try like min-maxing, there are like people beating the secret ending with like level 17 and stuff like that, but the videos of those are old and use like exploits in where you use like exploits for perk stacking and stuff to achieve insane crit damage for numbers. Besides that, I can't acquire some of the gear that they're using. The exploits that they're using to pull this stuff off just don't exist anymore. They fixed this stuff, so it becomes like, it is a slight problem at this point, you know? Right, I should be joining the official event server, because It is up for like the fast 4 minutes, but like I need a few practice laps, and well, if the race is dry, I need that tire set that would be using in the 10-minute practice session. So you know, although I have to get on the server relatively soonish because GT4 qualifying is up first, so I need to get on there soon. Currently I'm up to other things, but yeah, I should really get it done with, because it also would open up a bunch of hard drive space, because the VODs of the recordings for this stuff are pretty damn large. Especially because I didn't attempt this run not just once, but twice. Because I decided that the way I approached the first one wasn't quite at the spirit. But I kind of need still the footage for explaining certain things at certain stages. So it do be like that. What I've been up to is I wanted to do a coding stream on Monday or Tuesday, but like then I got dug in with a different coding project. And this might something that I've been thinking about for a while in terms of recording telemetry out of SimHub, and especially a certain idea with what SimHub can do that regular telemetry recording can't do, which is interesting. I might not spoil it right now. What I'm thinking of specifically. What I am obviously working with right now is to figure out a way to export data into Motec. And Motec has been decently reliable. It has been an interesting case because obviously there exist plugins for other sims and stuff out there to do the job. I've looked for some reverse engineering. When I looked on GitHub, I found like two different projects effectively that implement a tool that allows you to read or write Motec files. One implemented in Python that is also then used in another project that actually makes the library useful. And one library implemented in Rust, and I've been chipping away at that one and adding I figured out how Motec encodes lap times, and it is utterly bonkers how it works. It is complicated as all hell, but once you figure it out, it is very uniquely useful. Once you figure that out, it's just like, yep, that solves everything. And it kind of also makes sense. But it is also like, what the actual fuck? When you look at just the numbers at first. And it does not add up. Yeah. I'm probably soon gonna be at the stage that I can actually export with laps intact and everything into Motec. And I need to obviously build a bridge between the Rust program and Motec. That needs to be done. Also, we need to fix the tire pressures here a bit. This up. This here down. Any wear pattern issues here? No, it is very equally wearing the tires out. So the camber at maximum is alright then, I suppose. And everything else we'll just leave as is at this point. I mean, I technically have an old Donington wet setup, but I'm just gonna work back off the... Oh wait, I'm running max... I didn't move the brake bias rivets. Just noticed. Fucking rookie mistake on the crossbow. Because the crossbow does not like its default brake bias. It is garbage. Crossbow and default brake bias is cringy. So I need to badly get on the server there. I haven't even looked up the server details. No, I didn't want to... I pressed the multiplayer. My cursor, it didn't register. I moved the cursor and then a millimeter over, and then it just like, oh yeah, I'm unlagging myself, and I'm now gonna activate the press. And I'm just like, bruh, you gotta be joking, right? Come on. So, no, where's the password, guys? Where are you hiding the password, Listen, passwords. Yeah, I know. Could you just kindly figure out where the password? Ah, there it is. They just ping you in the chat. So, God, this is weird. So, someone should on a race server. It's just that, as always, it lists nobody on the server. Well then, let's join quickly. Right, and we just joined in time. So how fast are the GT4 drivers? Oh, the track is wet. Oh great, and they're doing 39 still anyway. It stopped raining, but like...
Green light, give it all you can.
Oh, the track is optimum now. Oh god, this is gonna be hilarious at this point. Because this is strange as all hell. I can hear the airplane coming by. So... Oh yeah, we need to take fuel out of the car, right? Okay, fine. We're using brake pad top 1, so it doesn't matter. Just drive.
Low tire pressure, stay away from cars.
So, right. Okay, then no rain right now, that's good. Okay, you're parked here right now. What? On what drugs are you, basically? No! No way. I can tell, this is SOP. These guys are utterly crazy. They were in wet conditions 2 seconds slower than me in my dry condition runs. These guys are mental. I mean, granted, if it rains, I might actually win the race, right? Because crossbow rain. Why Xbox? Well, because Maserati die. Maserati is killed. They killed my good boy, and I'm trying the Xbow. I mean, I could honestly drive the McLaren because it's also not that commonly used. And I think it is actually competitive. But you know, you don't find out if the crossbow is not just some secret competitive weapon until you actually try it. And that's the point here. If I start suddenly winning, then you know this trick is broken. Yeah, it is easier to defend with the McLaren because, you know, can't pass it. Also, I should have honestly practiced like for at least half an hour. I think this would have helped me a lot. There's clearly some stuff that isn't quite right with the setup yet. Jesus, you understood that? I think they do allow escape, but we're limited. BMW would be funny. I don't think that car is competitive in any sense. I drove it once and it's horribly understeery. But I mean, that could be the description for most GT4s, honestly. Frankly, I think that's like literally a description for most GT4s. I think it speaks to something that is like special for me because I've been driving Crossbow, then Maserati, and then I'm back with Crossbow basically again. With like stints in the McLaren a bit, and I've tried the others, but like one race each basically. Audi is hot garbage. I drove it once at Bathurst and that thing was like, I have no clue how people would ever get pace out of this thing. 1.8 seconds off the pace right now. There's some time definitely here. Although I actually expected there to be more time, considering I broke a lot later. Oh, it didn't want to turn. Yeah, not much time actually. The funny thing is, for Maserati, it is not that it's oversteery in reference. It is more like it actually freaking turns mid-corner, while the others struggle to turn mid-corner. The car's actually balanced, which is hilarious to consider. All the other GT4s, well, we make it understeers for the gentleman drivers, and Maserati is just like Lordo. The thing is, the crossbow also is. The thing with the crossbow is also it handles relatively similar, I would say, to a GT3 in some ways, which has been in the past its downside because you have. It doesn't like curbs in the same way that GT3s don't like curbs and all of the other stuff in similar veins. Oh fuck. Isn't good. No, all Carbon 5 is specifically designed for GT4 by KTM is out engineered present Screamer. Yeah, some cup car that had a few bits and bobs bolted onto to make it GT4 legal is basically out handling all GT4 cars. Well, no longer really. It is very snap oversteery now. It makes it quite difficult to drive at this point. We're not performing too well right now. We're at 2.3 seconds off pole position right now. We are, however, right in the middle of the midfield. Oh, fuck the turn on completely. Although we're not actually that much in the midfield because the field ends at P17. There should be 22 cars in the GT4 field, but I guess Some have already stopped bothering turning up for this. Should have probably reset mid-qualifying and changed the setup a bit to see if I can make it a bit faster than what it is going currently. I'm going faster than what I was doing in practice, but like not really fast.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
We can do one more lap. We've extracted a few more 10s. Gives us one position, but like, you know, the actually competent people, we're still like half a second down. Oh, that was such a better run for turn 1. Oh yeah, right, we had a shit run for turn 1 last lap.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
GT4 Evo category? No, I didn't know about it either. Probably just GT4s with a bit more bobs bolted onto.
Well on main. Personal first.
Ah, we just about missed out on getting P13.
Cut detected.
Well, that's a bit sad. Right side tires overpressured in the run. Fastest time is down to 34. Oh, Jesus Christ, these people. There's only 3 people behind me, and they're all like miles off. Like, heck, even the P13 is still like half a second off like the next car. This is not great. Must be an Evo. Bruh, you've not seen, what was it? I raced, yeah, Silverstone 4 hours in RCI. And I was I think I got into qualifying below 13s, 2-minute 13s with the Maserati, which isn't too fast. But you know, it's, I think I got like a 212 or something. There were people doing 209s in the Alpines. What the fuck? Even when the Maserati was competitive, I was going down to as much as 211s maybe, but like, bruh, these people just like, what the fuck is wrong with them? Let me chop like a full PSI off my tires, basically. Or maybe not. Add like 0.2 to them. So it's a left side tire. I think I'm reducing front by 0.3. Rear, I think I'll leave for now. We take the toe out, I think. Yes, no toe. You started Spirits where you started P-Lump. Yeah, I think I was also like about 2 seconds slow, although it's a longer lap. I don't know how much slower I actually was over a lap in qualifying. But I think the KTM qualifies a bit better than the McLaren. And you also can't just, you know, drive by your opponents because they don't have straight line speed, you know? Which is a thing with the... Right, we need to calculate actually our fuel consumption because, you know, we're heading into the race here with 45 minutes and we can't refuel. We have to change tires once, but we can't refuel. So... hello, can I get my mouse pointer back, please? Sometimes you need to coax this thing to believing its mouse pointer exists. Right, what was the fastest lap time in GT4? That was by Polyakov, a 34.0. Right. Also, yeah, I could have, I think, done a bit better if I actually prepared for this thing. There is, I think, at least... I mean, I got half a second out of my final run. That should say enough that there's, like, probably time in there, and the cars... Although I don't think there's probably that much anymore. I think I might be soon gonna reach the point where I over-engineer the setup and just the car snaps on me and kills me. That's soon-ish the point that you hit. Divided by 60. Memory stores 60. Not 60 minutes, but it's a 45-minute race actually. Memory recall, and that is 29 laps of you. 29 laps. Make that 30. 31 for formation. And then multiply by 1.9. Yeah, 1. Let's make it 1.92. That's about 60 liters, so let's just... It is a bit fuel efficient. There's a changelog. Did they recently update something? I didn't even notice. I think there was recently an update, but like I didn't notice. Open Series BOP. Oh yeah, but usually this doesn't contain GT4 adjustments. They usually only list like the GT. The hotfix at 26/7/23. EUD1 got a buff for the bent power buff, and that's Brands, Solder, and Valencia. And it's like, bruh, I think the car was halfway decent there. Everywhere else, it's shit. It's like, those are tracks where it has a chance. You need to buff Watkins Glen. It's like over a second too slow. Guys, come on. They reduced the weight on the Ferrari at EUD1 as well. So they did the BOP adjustments for Brands Hatch, Solder, and Valencia for all cars. They reduced weight on the M4 by 30 kilos, Ferrari by 10 kilos, and NSX by 10 kilos. They added weight to the Huracan. Increased drag generation with the 720S. Ooh, that's not gonna be nice for me. I have a bad feeling about this. Updated front and rear drag coefficient. Oh no. Turbo nerf at EU B2. Spa. Huh. Mercedes. Oh, here's more changes. Down here. Is there any GT4 stuff? 720S got minus 25 kilos for EOB2. A power buff. Oh, that was a previous power update probably. And it's now got a power buff at EOC1. I don't know. Nah, there's no GT4 adjustments in that sheet. There's Porsche updates. But like, the Bentley is dead, guys. You've not done... Power buff significant at EOB2, which is Spa, 5 kilograms reduced. 25 kilo reduction at... It's like, it's weird, like there's like the hotfix 26/7/2023, and there's a line drawn in the sheet, and then it continues. I guess it's 1.95 and then 1.9 hotfix. 5 hotfix, which is a bit odd. Which was... Bentley was buffed at UC1. UC1 is Nürburgring. Huh. Interesting. 25 kilos reduction. Right. But yeah, the... Oh, that's a thing. In any case, we might want to adjust further settings on the car. Oh yeah, right, we calculated fuel. We came out with about 60 liters. It's like about 62. We could stiffen the rear suspension a click and soften the fronts. And slice a bit more rearing off. It is obviously risky going into the race without having, you know, tested your own adjustments, but, you know, YOLO. This kind of pressures, okay. Also, I need a second strategy which has wet tires in it. With the wet pressures. Oh, I don't know the wet pressures off the top of my head. For this car at least. Let's keep a 0.01 toe in the car. So we don't tow out, towing out the car on the rear. Save this so we can load the wet presets, right? It puts 29.2 on the tires and 28.5 on the rears. Alright, current setup. Come on, let me load the setup again. So pit strategy 2. I think we're gonna put about 28? 0, I think. This thing doesn't need that high of pressures. Especially if it's just gonna be damp slightly. Actually, why does it pressure the front tires higher than the rears? Considering this car was, how is the tire pressures in race trim? They're very equal. Front to rear. So let's run front to rear equally on wet pressures. Just run 27.5 on my wet pressures for race prep. Right. 26 liters. I think we have everything ready. Yeah, it's a 45-minute race. Okay, good. Somebody pinged me something on Discord. But yeah, the McLaren getting a aero nerf, I don't like this. that sounds not particularly great to me. Although poor Ricard, we were basically running out of gears at the end of the straight rather than hitting aero max. So that's interesting to figure out. I think I need to test the cars again. Oh, pain. I mean, it probably needs a nerf, frankly. It's just that they are slightly confused and nerf things in weird ways. It might actually fix the car, though. It's like, they might actually fix the BOP by, nerfing it slightly. It stops me. Not like we could actually get out of the McLaren for the track collisions championship. We can't get out of that one. We have to use the McLaren there because we've signed up with it. However, every other championship, we can definitely get out of it, I think. A bit sad that, like, for me, the other drivers that are driving in one-off cars are all in front of me with Streppen and who was the other guy? Oh, track is damp for the start here. That's interesting. And Joshua and Gerritsen are all in front of me, representing a bit more brand diversity. But yeah, track is damp, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use tires at 1. Because it's already worn in a bit. If we use it again, and the track stays dry throughout the race, we hopefully don't have to, like, so we can just use this set and discard it once it starts graining. Makes it a lot easier to deal with. But we maybe want higher pressures. I guess track damp. Maybe. I don't think 03 is gonna do much, frankly. Temperatures have overall gone up. I don't want to over push the tires for when it fully dries. Oh, the track has already gone greasy. Right, okay. Never mind. Like, there's no fucking point in running wet tires. This is clearly a dry track. Oh wait, it's loaded my... no, it kept size at 1. I think he busted one. I think 2 tires at 2 on there. Right. We are finally. Let's see what we can do. Bad vibes. I don't feel like quite as bad vibes. It might screw the Atlas, however. You know, for me, it's not too much of a problem. It's frostbite time. Considering how far we're back starting, we can just slow down a bit at the start and avoid trouble. One thing I will probably never get used to is how the clutch on the crossbow is. It is hilarious. The Maserati has an anti-stall clutch, like has an automatic clutch, like the what is it called? Like the Porsche and the 2 newer Porsches, the Audi, the Lambo, all of them have automatic clutches that will automatically deploy. Even if you have auto clutch turned off, they just have that. Even the M4 has it. Not in GT4, but in GT3 the M4 has it. But for some reason the Maserati has that as well. So you can't stall the car when you stop. You can just not press in the clutch and the car will keep running. Which does allow you to, in pit stops, to just have your foot on the throttle, push the starter in as soon as you get dropped and roll away. It's very smooth with the Porsche, however the Maserati does step out quite a lot because it does not launch control at all at that moment and you just go vroom! Just wheel spins you out of the pit box. But the crossbow does not have that and has one of the heaviest clutches in all of sim racing because bruh, this thing is so easy to stall. I mean, I can probably start the race in first gear. Like, that's how this car is geared. It has very long gears, which during racing is totally fine. You can use first gear due to this, but I didn't do particularly much in terms of warming up, but frankly we can't really warm up tires on a greasy track that much.
green light. Go, go, go. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
And there goes the Merc, because, well, we do not have that much acceleration.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
And we just get
Car on the left.
ganged up on and immediately drop to last, nearly. Oh god, this is tight here.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Considering that was the most intense incident so far in the race, it's been too calm for my... Oh, there's a large incident!
Clear on the left.
And there we get gotten back by one of the two Mercs.
Car on the left.
And there the Alpine even gets slipstream.
Clear on the left.
Brah, what the hell are you guys doing at times? Is the Alpine faster in a straight line than me? No. Shouldn't be.
Clear on the left.
To say this was ambitious is an understatement. I'm sorry, that was a bit much even for me.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, fuck off!
Light damage on the left of the car.
Fucking dipshit idiots, come on.
Slow car.
That was never a gap there, come on. And he's anyway coming into the fucking pits. Come on, dude. Like, come fuck off. You utter dumb fucking idiot. Like, I would have had the Merc back because he was too stupid with his dive. Like, mine was at least within the realm of the fucking corner. I was able to pull up the car vaguely and make the fucking corner. I think I should really make the mental note to not race with SOP anymore. Like I've made with RCI, it's just like, bruh, it's not worth your fucking time with these people. Too many tryhards. And the only people that are left at the back of the field are like utterly incapable of driving. Like, bruh, I wanted to race a bit there, and it's like not to be thrown immediately as soon as the race starts back to like last. Healthy advice for good SOP. Yeah, I think I should have learned the lesson when I did the Maserati challenge. But like, you know, I didn't have that many championships this summer. I was like straight up struggling to have like anything to race in. And well, this came up, and it's obviously multi-class, you know, great, awesome, GT4 action. The way it's supposed to be. Porsche is actually right now running away from me, by the way. Like, brah.
Yellow flag, be careful.
What the fuck is happening here? Like, that should not happen. This guy's too... He qualified behind me even, like... Bruh. Can I just get like something that isn't an L?
Falling behind the car in front in sector 2. Slow car ahead.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. How many seconds did it take? 6. Shouldn't slow the car down. It was just a slight side swipe that the guy gave me. It spun me around and cost me a lot of time, but you know, it shouldn't slow the car down. Like, it just struggles to get pace, this thing. Like, it just doesn't have the pace. And also struggles to just fucking get slowed down for the corners. I hope that was slow enough. Yep, that was slow enough, luckily. Six seconds for that. Yeah, I mean, he hit me with a bit of force. And I think he hit me twice during the spin around. We're not fixing it, obviously, but like, we are still gaining on some people in front, but like, it's dire straits. Oh, come on, turn. I'm getting Bentley vibes from this right now. Not good vibes. Even the Maserati, like, the thing is, I've driven the Maserati against these people. And it's ended with me. The first race qualifying at Misano was, I think like 13 cars or something. All within 1.1 seconds, I was last. Fun. Well, here are definitely a few slower drivers in here, and the field's a bit spread out, which I'm much appreciative of. But man, is that still a terrible statistic? Viable competition. Ah. It's like, which cars are even OP in this class? The Alpine? I don't like driving that thing. When I drove it, it wasn't even that good, frankly. But the main issue is the mirrors aren't pointing backwards on that thing. You don't have a central camera or a rear view mirror. Oh fuck, come on, turn. How am I faster through that corner by utterly missing the braking missing the apex and like driving the worst line humanly imaginable and going 3/10 up? What logic is in this world left? Also, we can try a bit more rearwards brake bias. Because fuck me, that might work. Unironically. Merc, Porsche. I think it was a bit too much hopeful to think the buffs this car has received actually made it good. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna hit the stewards up after this, and then it'd be like, yo, I don't give a shit if you reset my points, but I would like a different car while I'm not attending the rest of the season. Thank you very much. I'm only here to test cars and have fun, and like Like, what the fuck? How is this guy faster than me if he flies off the circuit like that? Like, if he can't even stay on the freaking circuit himself.
That's not fastest lap.
How are these people even at all faster than me? I mean, granted, I am using my old tire set. How is this like 0.03 faster? It was a perfect line through turn 1 compared to the other thing that was an utter mistake? How? I think I improved my fastest lap last time around, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah, I mean, I could try the Merc, honestly, again. I had considered that at one point as my main before I went with the Maserati. That was when the American Track DLC came out. Because it... I'd raced Bathurst 4 hours. I nearly won that race, but got eliminated by a GT3, so fun.
Faster car behind you.
Fun, alright. So I raced the... There comes the GT3.
Right. Clear on the right.
But yeah, I raced that car, but I brought it to the American Track DLC, Pack DLC tracks, and it's like, bruh, that thing understeers like crazy. Like, it was impossible to turn. And then I tried on Kota, like, lol, I'm gonna try it against the Maserati,
Cars approaching.
and the Maserati obliterated the car around Kota. Just obliterated the Merc. And Maserati was not good at Kota, let me be real, but like it obliterated it.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car coming up behind you. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car is approaching. Watch out. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. The faster car is approaching. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you fucking do it.
Approaching. Watch out.
This is how you sneak underneath someone.
Clear on the left. Gaining on the car ahead is
What a surprise.
car on the right. The car is exiting the pits. Watch out.
Didn't I start behind that beam? Oh, he served a drive through there, right? Still, I started behind that beamer. Right behind him. And he came out of serving a drive-through just behind me. Ah! Oh, in front of me, let's make it real.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Oh, I don't know. Yellow flag because it is me!
Faster car coming up behind, watch out.
I'm not compl- What do you mean crew chief warned me about car accident? And of course he did. I saw it, and I was like, wait a second, is that the beamer that I like started behind of?
Faster
How did DE end up right next to me? Like, I don't understand. What do you mean with like Obviously saw it, but I was just like, wait a second, did he serve his pit stop already? He can't be. Like, nah, he must have served the drive-through because he hasn't completed the pit stop, actually.
Clear on the right.
Actually, we don't even need to...
Car behind you.
Oh, it doesn't list it for me. I'm pretty sure we do need to change tires, but I've had this bug before where it, like, doesn't display the pit stop requirements.
Clear on the left.
This has happened to me before. I'm pretty sure we do need to change tires.
Car on the right.
If you don't, then... Oh, I made this more close than it actually needs to be.
The faster car is approaching.
Ah, okay. Right, that makes sense. Yeah, he's usually utterly useless with his pit stop. Car exiting pit lane, and you're like, brah, the car's already out in front of me, or brah, the thing is miles behind me. Like, you're heading past the pit exit as simultaneously as the other car. Well, the pit stop lane. Because I think he does the call out when a car hits the end of pit lane beam. Right. Are they going free wide there? Oh, fuck.
Light damage on the front of the car.
I mean, he had a reason to slow down, but like, I had no fucking chance there. I went up to 10 seconds of damage now.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Okay, so we can actually challenge cars. That is an interesting reality. We finally actually saw some place where we made up ground with someone.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I fucked up this corner completely.
Car on the right.
And he's just gonna fling by.
Clear on the right.
Let's lift off and get behind.
Car on the left.
What is he doing that he's so... Well, that's probably what he's doing is I'm making up all the lap time that I lose everywhere else. Unsolve the question.
Clear on the left.
The fight with him was, however, costing me quite a lot of time because the Porsche is right now stuck behind my gearbox. I think I'm back to like the old problem with the KTM, like you are faster through the corners and about 50 meters after the corner, and then everybody else just outdrags you. It should have better top speed properties than the Alpines, right? And the Alpines are utterly dominant in the sim right now, for some reason. I think it is... Oh, there's the rain! Nice. It's all coming together. How long is rain? Oh, only 5 minutes. Pain. At least we're still on our tile set. So we can just burn it with the rain. But yeah, in 15 minutes the rain is completely gone, but it is heavy rain already. So I don't know, but I think we're just gonna stick it through again. Nothing new there. Yeah, maybe interesting because crossbar actually does well in rain, so this might shift the power balance here. Switch the headlights on. We don't need the rain lights yet, I would say, because we're not on rain tires. I only feel obligated to doing that. He's out of control. Good riddance.
Left. Clear on the left.
That was very clear that this is gonna happen with him. Wet tire optimum. Oh yeah, we have only 24 minutes actually left in this race, so it might become a struggle to try the track down before the end. We are gaining on cars in front quite significantly, over a second last time around. Maybe a click more TC in these conditions. Maybe a click more windscreen wiper because bruh, I can't see shit. Probably the stream can see even less, but I think the problem is the dead spot right in the center of the windscreen. Oh, I missed that going up because I blipped the throttle mid-corner. Yeah, we're even gaining on Siege in P22 overall. Although this could be down to ACC gaps because I'm relying on ACC gaps in that case. And they are unreliable as all hell, especially in these conditions. Smooth brake bias, more for rivets. Because that clearly felt like an ABS failure there. ABS system in the KTM crossbow is quite shite, but most GT4s have a shit ABS and traction control system. Crossbow at least has a decent traction control system, IMO, but you... Oh, he's coming in, but I don't see the point in coming in right now. The rain is the most intense it's gonna be, and you're not gaining anything from going on wets, I think, at this point. The rain is over soon. Track is likely gonna dry before the end. Although, maybe? Oh, fuck. Maybe that's... Considering we have to do one tire change, and the track is wet, and you assume the track doesn't dry out in the last 20 minutes. Maybe this does make sense.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag in sector 2.
Yeah, this is a lot wetter than Valencia got.
Slow car ahead.
Fuck. I'm skipping a lot of chicanes right now. That's good. Because the track is getting wetter and wetter, even my escapades. Doing reasonably well. Oh god, we need to brake a lot earlier right now. And I'm just repeatedly blowing braking points. A couple of laps it should however stop the rain. The question is how fast will it dry? Oh, the... Ooh! Yeah, there's some sort of puddle there. Holy shit. I had half a clue this was coming from the beamer in front of me oversteering like crazy, but like... hitting it myself still wasn't its own experience. Don't want to run the curb there. Potential obviously is that if you put wet tires on, you're gonna go significantly faster than us in these current conditions.
Yellow flag accepted.
Besides the Merc that had...
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That was again very ambitious for me.
Clear on the right.
We're down to light right now. Should only last like a minute or two. Is the beamer gonna come in? No, he isn't. Okay, there's another not crossbow driver. There's only one crossbow driver. It's me. Nobody's stupid enough to drive this car besides me. But no, one of the front-running Alpines has just pitted and come out behind me. A few seconds, quite a few seconds behind. Maybe I'll be able to actually track the progress of wet runs, because now the rain has stopped. In the section from turn 1 down the hill is already significantly more drivable than the previous lap. I think he was thinking that I'm on wet tires when I'm still on dries like him. It's just the beamer does a lot worse in these conditions. Although the Porsche is roughly still in a similar position in front of me. Still about 12 seconds. Couldn't make really inroads with that one. Okay, people are right now pitting. I find interesting. They hadn't done a pit stop yet, so they're doing their first pit stop right now. As the track is drying off. The track is still wet though, so I'm not sure it is the right decision right now to pit. Yes, there's not much time on the race left. Only about 16 minutes. Have more than enough fuel to make it to the end. Track seems to be drying out pretty decently faster. Like from how it looks and how it feels. However, it has not gone to damp yet. It is still in wet condition. The wet condition has such a large range, it is insane. It makes it quite like the useless descriptor. Like, yeah, it's wet. It's like, yeah, duh. I can look out of the windscreen. Like, how wet is it? Well, it's wet. It's like, thanks. Flooded comes in so late as a new condition. It's like the track becomes basically undrivable beforehand already. It's actually wet runner behind me right now. Okay, there's more people pitting right now. Still, I would like to at least wait for it to go damp Yes, while you're in the pit lane, the track will dry off. So you can just, you know, pit on damp conditions and then wait off the rain to hit again. Not the rain to hit again, sorry. That was a strategy I did as well. A strategy of you can wait for the water to dry off while you're in the pit lane.
Faster car behind you.
I'm getting service.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
And because it has brightened up quite a lot, like there's not much cloud coverage left at this point. Well, I'm pretty sure that guy's on wets.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Okay, that guy's off. How's the condition now? Still wet. Yeah, that is a bit of an issue. It got really wet, honestly.
Car on the left.
I don't know why in wet conditions driving on dry tires you guys are still attempting to do stupid passes like this. Come on.
Car
Get a
on the left.
grasp on reality at this
Clear on
point.
the left.
Wait for a better opportunity than that.
Pressure loss on the right rear.
Okay, that must mean I actually got that wheel punctured because... This is interesting because I just hit the front right. Not worth pity. It's still not, I would say. Okay, it's gone damp actually. It is gone damp, so... We do need to do the pit stop, so it's like we have to do it at some point, but like... We can obviously decide when we do it. Because I want to avoid graining my fresh set, even if I use it only for a few minutes. Alright, but I think it would be probably a good call to now go in. To get it over with now, give the track a few laps to also dry out. It's give it a bit more time to dry. So we actually get usage out of our tire set. Oh god, I pulled into the pits like a geriatric old man. Tire set 2 going onto the car. Right. Last wheel they do is the front right. Pull out, put it back in. Come on.
Mandatory stop is now clear.
Oh fuck.
Come on, go, go. Low tire pressure.
So-
Stay away from curbs.
Where are we running right now? There's a couple of people coming up, but there are quite a few bit back. Because one of the longest phases for a track is the greasy phase, and it still just shreds your tires. It's like we're gonna spend most of the race now in this greasy phase, so so we'll bring something that's a bit fresher at this point in terms of tires onto it. Yeah, it's still damp. You might see some people who pitted for wet tires come in again because I still doubt them actually making it to the end in these conditions. Oh, it's darkening again. Well, that's gonna slow the rate of water evaporation, but there is no rain predicted in the next 15 minutes, so it should stay dry. But the track won't dry off as much as I would have liked it to. We're gonna stay more damp than expected. This will help, obviously, other competitors who are not. Let's see. Polyakov is still out. I was like, wait, why is this Polyakov guy? He's like the fast guy, pole sitter. Why is he in front of me? It's like, yeah, he's 20 seconds in front of me because he's a lap ahead of me. He's not. He's done the same thing as me, not pit yet. He stayed on his tire set and he's waiting for the time to come. But like, I don't think it's gonna come, Chief. And I don't think there are many pit boxes who can actually use the exploit that you can.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
If you get alone onto that you can do the pit stop basically on the last lap and finish in the pit lane. Because compared to penalties, pit stops clear when you exit your pit box. So this allows you to, on tracks like Suzuka, to complete your pit stop on the final lap, and in case you're multi-class, you can, and your opponent gets lapped by the leader again, you can just finish up, you complete your pit stop on your last lap and not drop a position. But in general, you're still gonna save a bit of time by having to drive less of pit lane. The issue is most tracks have the start finish line relatively early. During this one, he has it. Like maybe one or two pit boxes might be able to pull this off on this track. We're not really gaining much from the car in front. Tires are starting to build pressure, so we must have been gone to greasy now.
Faster car coming up behind you.
We are faster than cars behind. That's kind of still the problem with the crossbow. Like, it works stupidly good in wet conditions. I made a fool out of all of these guys. But in the... Oh, somebody's been in the pit lane. Yep, there's a GT4 in the pits right now. The question is, can we get them before they get out? Yep, they're out already. Okay, that's done. Because he's guaranteed to be in dry tires then, and I'm not gaining 10 seconds in 5 minutes on somebody who's running on the same tire compound as me. Probably actually fresher tires than me. So that's just not happening. Well, I'm making inroads right now, that's just not gonna be enough. Wait, isn't that the guy who I was fighting for like ages at times even? Bruh. If he beats me now, that's gonna be kringe. He went onto the wets for long enough that made it worth it, I guess. Although we're still making inroads, but he's still getting to grips with the right house, I guess. We're right now starting to really push. The track starts really going nicely dry. Ah, that was not nice.
Faster car behind you.
Had to stop start there. No flow. Oh wait, he spun! Oh, that's a development. But yeah, I think it was the guy who. Okay, GT3.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Go Biden, I guess.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
Is he flashing me from this far behind, or is it just the weather changing right now? Okay, come on, car, please turn.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car is approaching.
Yeah, I think it's the weather jumping between brightness.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Like, bruh, this is quite jarring. It suddenly brightens up. Still no real temperature in the tires. Just didn't quite dry off enough in the end here.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Oh, that's the class leader, bruh. Getting fucking over the lap by the class leader. He's on his outlap right now. He did the same strat as me, it's just he pitted way later into a more drier track.
Slow car ahead. Faster car approaching. Watch out.
That's a lapped car actually. But how much gap does he have behind to the next GT4 for position? It seems quite a bit, so I don't feel particularly the need to get out of his way. Obviously avoid. If he dives, then I have nothing really I can do against it, but you know, I can just keep driving and keep him on that way. Where's his first flyer gonna go? I don't see a reason to get out of your way, mate. The race is gonna end soon anyway. Well, the race leader's actually not gonna catch us, so we have 2 laps to go. So he's gonna get by me. Wait, what time do you have? 1 second faster than me.
Car on the right.
Okay, fine.
Clear
Gonna
on the
go
right.
for.
Alright, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
I don't think the leader's gonna catch us before the end. It sucks. But I get fucking lapped in a 45-minute race. That is embarrassingly terrible. What a terrible showcase for me. However, interestingly enough, I can't keep up right now with him. I mean, he does not have any reason to push, right? He needs to mainly get by this traffic here to avoid, you know, having trouble with it. How much more speed can he carry out of this corner? Jesus. Like, I was able to in the lower section to keep up with him, but like, he just has more grip there. His car turns tighter and runs faster out of the corner. Yeah, I'm about the same, despite I've drove the chicane quite terribly. But also, he is in the back gearbox of the car in front, so he probably isn't attacking at full speed either. But I was on the downhill section competitive with him, meaning my downforce still works. Which is the weird part, I still have downforce. Oh god, that guy is stupid. Bruh. Oh wait, the leader finished right behind us there. We've just launched another extra lap.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
So irrelevant of what I do, effectively I do finish a lap down. Even if I overtake him. It's not, there's no point, it's just fucking bragging rights at this point. How far you could go without getting track limits there is quite insane. Yeah, the track finally dried off now. How is its condition? Optimum, yeah, no wonder. Our lap times are looking like it. He's driving with like one wheel in the grass out of that chicane. Well, I mean, we're a lap up to everybody who finished behind us. But we're still one lap down to the actually class winner. Which, actually I think he's lapped everyone due to this. Everyone got lapped because he finished, got an extra lap in here. He lapped everyone due to this. Everyone is scored one lap lower than him. Yeah, that's a thing that happened. Because everyone is scored one lap lower due to him getting that extra lap in. Right, 22nd overall. How does that correlate in class then? P11. I guess something. Yeah. Gerins in the M4 finished, however, miles actually ahead of me. Jesus. I was battling him. How the hell did he finish like 27 seconds ahead of me? How did this happen? This doesn't add up. Like, he was... How did this M4 driver finish so much further in front of me? It does not make sense. We pitted roughly at the same time. I gapped him massively. It's like he hadn't done his pit stop yet in the early part of the race when I was battling him. So he... Like, how did he get like 27 seconds for free on me? This does not add up. The Della Pisa is in front of me is clear because he had pitted prior to me pitting. He was like 5-6 seconds behind me prior to my pit stop. I don't understand how this guy is like so much further in front of me. It does not make sense. I used the same strategy in a fucking race with him. What is happening? And we barely beat some other people behind us. Actually, there's a bunch of people who didn't even get classified. There's only 2 finishers behind us. Brah. It is that terrible. Oh, this is not nice. That is fucking awful. How did he pull this off? Where did he get all the fucking time? He was utterly left in the fucking dust by me. Was there's Kozia, which also finished, I think, in front of her. If I remember correctly. Here, STET. Oh, thank you for throwing me out of the replay. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you too, right? Thank you. I wanted to look at the replay to see the fucking results. To figure out what the hell just happened there. To allow these people to jump me like this. Like, if they finished a couple seconds in front of me, I would have understood. But, like, this does not add up. Not in any stretch of the imagination. So, I'm scored 2 positions too high right now. That's fine. We'll ignore that part. Because people quit the server too quickly. But he is... It's a 94 car, right? He got drive-through at some point. We know this. Which threw him back. I knew he hadn't done his pit stop this... I guess he never went back to the dry tire? That is a potential answer to the entire question. Put wet tires on. Yeah, he's serving here drive-through, clearly. Yeah, wait a sec. Yeah, 94 got a penalty assigned after the start. Right. He got found faulty at a incident at the start of the race, so that was... He served the penalty at the start. Okay, he ended up behind me, but he immediately gets by me because I make a mistake at the bottom of the hill. I understeer off the circuit there and lose the car. And then go lawn mowing for a moment. But, bruh, this is... But yeah, as soon as the rain hit, I just started running him down hard. We're here and about behind him. He's run away a bit here in these conditions here. Well, it rains, we fucking run him down in hard time. Let's follow him because we dive him here and then it's like he continues following me, he continues. The name tag is covering up for me where my car is. Oh fuck, I hate you features here. I think he comes in now. Yeah, he's coming in now at the end of lap 18, okay? Now it's an interesting question to figure out. Can we figure out if he has wet tires in this moment or not? No, those look like dry Pirelli slicks. At least if they are dry tires, that is. If the game correctly identified them as dries. And his front is also not particularly in the greatest shape. Oh, I've just noticed I lost my chat briefly. Give me a sec. Hello. Oh, that was the wrong button. Right. Oh, thank you for jumping again. So he done his pit stop and then he drives. And he just drives. Right, when I do it... Ah, thank you for... Fuck off! Let me have my mouse! Stop eating it! Stupid... My computer is a cat and wants to constantly eat the mouse. Right, when do I pit? Is an interesting question. Because I shouldn't be that much fucking slower at that point. Okay, I'm up all the way over here right now. And I've done my pit stop just now. Right. Yeah, he goes by me there right now. So I come into the pits 3 laps later than him. Wait a second. Was tire change not required? Hold on a sec. Did I just do it out of do I do the wrong pit stop and just change tires when I didn't even need to? Because that would immediately explain what the fuck happened here. If he just came in and did a no stop. let's just watch his pit stop, because that will immediately explain what happened here. I didn't even need to change tires! Man, I would have been in front of a bunch of people if I didn't fucking change tires. Jesus Christ. How much this cost me? Well, actually only 2 positions. Frankly, I would have been in front of him, because that cost me about 30 seconds. And I'm 22 seconds behind McAuliffe. And then another, like... Yeah, it would actually be close with Gerund in the end. But I would have had track position on him. At least. I would have at least had track position, because at this point he hadn't made up, I think, as much ground. But bruh, I thought it was just a bug on my HUD again. That we don't need to do... That there were no requirements. I've had this bug before. So I thought it was fucking required. Like a classic case of you didn't read the fucking rules well enough, I guess. Oh! I mean, it means 2 positions, but like, oh, pit stops. Every round there will be a one mandatory pit stop. You will be limited to 2 sets the entire weekend. That is the same sentence. Yes, I said that. I've had it. Oh, you've just heard the part that where I said I've had it bug out on me before. Where it didn't display this correctly, where it showed me no, not the requirements. I think it went, however, completely missing the entire thing, or some shit. I don't know. It went. I don't know what happened there. It just didn't work correctly that day, and I had to do a second pit stop in that race. And that second pit stop I cheesed by doing it on the final lap because it was Suzuka, and I was able due to doing it that way to keep my position, because I had, similar to here, gotten a lap on the guy behind me, and then I could just like do my pit stop at the end of the race, just like sit there, and everybody has to wait for me to finish my pit stop so the race can finally finish. It's fun. Anyway, that happens. But like the way they phrase this is just asshole-ish, to say the least. I'm pretty sure they did demand a tire change in their Italian series last when I raced with them last time around. I'm pretty sure they demanded a tire change for that one. We can actually, let me briefly do some scene swapping here. We can also stop the replay because we figured out the secrets. We figured out the secret sauce. They just didn't change tires, you know. That answers also the question why the leader that was about 25 seconds in front of me ended up right behind me. Because that's roughly the time for a drive-through. But that means you could have just done this part as soon as, like... That's why everybody did this as the rain ended. Because that was, like, the point of, like, yeah, we don't need to do a pit stop, mandatory pit stop anymore. Because we've already dealt with... we don't need to pit... We have eliminated the risk of having to pit to put wet tires. They were like, okay, there's no more rain at this point. We can pit. It can't get worse, the conditions, so this should be fine at this point. And that's why everybody pitted at that point. Because they were like, yep, it's only going to improve at this point. We don't need wet tires anymore. I don't need to have this pit stop as a backup. So... Didn't have one pit stop. Yeah, that's the real secret, right? Me considering that people put wet tires on, like, bruh, no, not none of them did that, I think. Wait. No, I did not want to join the Monkey Esports channel. What I wanted to do is, let me briefly... Just desktop. Yep, that works. Transition over to my desktop. And that is, here, this is the... Well, let's figure out actually my the old SOP championship that I competed in. Event archive here. Where's the old one? Yeah, the Italian Job Multiclass Championship. Right, here it is. This is their sentence for this. Every round will require one mandatory stop for tires only. You will be limited to just 3 tire sets for the entire weekend. Okay. For the Italian Championship here, which similar format, 60-minute races, however. 10-minute practice, 20-minute qualifying with 10-minute splits for the multi-class. Okay, this here, every round will require one mandatory stop. You will be limited to 2 tire sets the entire weekend. Like, with the context that they phrased it this way here, and this way here, it makes sense that this does not require tire change. However, with just this sentence, it really implies that there's a mandatory tire change there, frankly. So, yeah, this is fun. Should I enlarge it so it becomes easier to read? Yeah, this works. For once that touchscreen flash just works, yeah. I think you were allowed to refuel on this one. Actually, they've increased the time penalty for rejoining the server here. Shooting pit stops either, this will be disabled. You must fill the tank before. Yes, that is how this works. Withdrawals allowed 1, so I've already used my single withdrawal. I will have all the championships. That's fun. Oh, that is fucking sneaky wording, to say the least. Problem, this is not like SGP where I can just look at the event info page and it will immediately tell me. Like, you have to read the fine print here. God, this was close. Oh, this sucks that I didn't. I could have just gambled on it, you know? But, like, I thought, oh, they have configured the server wrong. So, yeah, that's I didn't want to, like, cheese it because they set the server up wrong or some shit like that. But they didn't. It's not required. You just need to drive into the pit lane, which is hilarious. You can't even refuel in this series, right? You can't refuel, and the tire change is optional. This is very interesting, because you will always have this, like, cheesed pit stop where you, like, drive in and get immediately dropped. Only damage repairs you would spend any time standing there. Frankly, in 45 minutes, you don't really need damage repairs. Oh god, that's something to figure out. I don't know how I feel like about the KTM. In the first half of the race, I was really not happy with the car. It was slow as fuck. It just did not have pace. And I still feel like that's probably the reality. Let's actually switch scenes back. Probably the reality that we're gonna have to deal with in the championship going forward. Just pain. we won't have the ability to just this is just gonna be pain with that. Yeah, I think I need to end up with the McLaren. I think that's the answer, because the McLaren has somehow not let me down so far. Well, the KTM hadn't let me particularly down since I started racing it again. I mean, I didn't win at Monza. Frankly, it's not quite the KTM's fault, that one. Everything else's fault, frankly. The KTM did its part. It wasn't the fastest car, but it was close enough to even consider a win there. So that says something. But the crossbridge, the car just fell apart once we... And it worked all the way for the 6 hours. Then, for Valencia, it just dominated, right? But, like, it would have probably just about won there if the rain didn't hit and throw the order completely up and a bunch of people retire out of that race. So I think that's what faked the results there a bit. And that the competition there wasn't quite tough enough. That I think there was a lack of actually decent drivers in that race. Yeah, I think Broken Bones might be... It's just such a situation, but it's definitely something. Yeah, that didn't help today, but it's just 2 positions, right? That just changed the results. It sucks. I could have finished in the top 10, but like, you know, it happens. What is bigger here is the issues that I had at the start of the race with just no pace. It's like that is the big issue. The pace I had in the rain is stupid, but like, how many times are you gonna run A in wet conditions and B you're running with dry tires in wet conditions? That you can just obliterate your opponents like this. Not often enough. Most series don't use rain, so you just are stuck with dry conditions usually. I mean, we might see more rain in this championship, which might make it worth continuing with this car, at least for this, yeah? Like, I need to probably look for another GT4 championship to test the other cars. Because we are hitting in September. Yes, that's quite a bit away. For me planning it for September is something. But yeah, I signed up for a championship that starts in September. And that is the what's it called? The Pan Am GT3 GT4 multi-class, I think it's called, something like that. Let me actually switch my overlay here. Don't need the race overlay anymore. Let me look at it. Where is it? No, that's the SimSexter. That one will run one more run. Can I change my car in this? Hello? Can I manage my entry? No, I can't manage my registration on this one. I guess not on this one either. Or is just the website blocked at this point? No, you can't. I guess these series don't allow you to change anything anymore. Even if you can't change anything on the entry anymore, you still get the button for some reason. Right. Mini Endurance GT3 GT4 series from Pan Am. Check pit stop rules. This one doesn't have any, as far as I'm concerned. Oh yeah, it actually has, but they write it down here. Right. Mandatory pit stops free. You need only fuel for them. That's interesting. 15 tire sets allowed for the series? Wait, how do we keep track of the tire sets between the races? I can't carry my tire set from one race to the other. There's like 5 rounds, with the longest being 3. There's a 3 2 hour 90 minutes, 2 hour and 3 hour. 3 pit stops make sense for the 3 hour races. It doesn't quite. You still pit more than you actually need to, but you know. But for 2 hours, it's okay. And for for 90 minutes, it's like, okay, I'm spending more time in the pit lane than actually racing at this point. You know? I think there's some stuff that needs to be clarified with this one, I guess. But that doesn't quite matter. Why do I have assigned pits Discord roles? Or something on it? Okay. Assigned pits Discord role is broken right now in some good, at least for me. In any case, that runs Saturdays, well, Sundays for me, at 2 in the morning. I don't know what the hell they will do with this, or if this is just they mistyped for this. Right, as I said, it starts in September. It is GT3, GT4. I don't know how GT3s are gonna last on 2 tire set for a 3 hour race, frankly. Because you will have... No, actually you have 3 tire sets per weekend. Because there's 5 races, 15 tire sets. I don't know. I mean, yeah, the 90 minutes will work. You can make that the others... I don't know. This is strange. I don't quite understand it. The more I think about it, makes less sense. Please brain hurt. Right, okay. So that starts September 3rd. Alright. They do have weird settings here, though, that, like, when you sign up, you can't change your driver lineup anymore. You will have to, like, select the drivers you will be using for the series. I think you can select 2 drivers. And then, actually, I can just try signing up another car, right? Just another team, briefly. Check how this works. Yeah. You're selecting a pool of drivers which will be used for the championship. You're only allowed to use a combination of these drivers for the entire. Drivers will be locked into this registration. Yes, they have some weird settings here anyway. Let me just select GT4 Janetta, I don't know, Team Iris, because that means I can sign up something. I'm already signed into my entry, so let's just select... Can I select? No, you can't select 4 people, so you are locked to 2 drivers. So you are locked to 2 drivers. Yeah, okay, you have to go. I'm gonna wrap this up in a moment to finish my rambling for. Yeah. So you are limited to 2 drivers. You can take one of the drivers off the entry, so you can run that weekend. That's the only thing you can do. So that's already fun. I'm driving it alone anyway, so that doesn't matter too much. It is on the off weeks from the Trackalicious Championship. It would run on the same weekends as the VGTs. So that is an interesting fact, but like I have enough time to sleep in between these 2. Right. Yeah, I hope this gets clarified, because at this point this makes less than any sense. Like, please stop brain hurt, I think. Thank you. So I'm back on Friday again for, I think the last round of Sim Sexta. Yeah, last round of Sim Sexta for, at Brands Hatch. It's on this Friday. Yay, last round. Can finally finish off that championship. It will also be the last race of the Maserati then. If I don't bring it back out from the dead. I mean, I've resurrected the Rex a few times. So that isn't beyond possibility, but like, yeah, Sim Sexta is the last race it's gonna see. Brands, it might actually succeed there. I don't win the championship because I missed the race, but you know, we might get another W like last week. So that's hoping for that. We did get a reality check today. We're still not that fast, although I think the car definitely didn't help tonight. And I don't know. I'm not sure if more practice would have actually helped much. The pace was just... I don't think the car has much more in it. It's... I think I'm already close to the maximum that this car will give. It's just... It would need just a bit more power from its power plant and it would do fine. Right, it's just a tiny slither and it would be fine, but like, nah, we have to deal with like no power. It is painful. I definitely should be trying the other cars. Because, you know, that upcoming championship is... I definitely don't want to drive for 2 hours for 3-hour races the wrong car. That's just not gonna be fun. How long can I change my car? Because I can still change my car off the entry, but like I can't. Oh, there's no date set right now. Guess maybe we can change even between the races, so who knows. But so far we can change the car, so we will probably make use of that. Right. Okay then. That's it. I think it is time to say good night. Oh. I slipped off my throttle pedal. That's the one. Good night. Bye bye.